This video is brought to you by Squarespace.
Hello everybody, what's going on? It's your girl Merle, and today we are going to be trying a cool new vegan product. Well, actually it's not that new. I think it came out a couple years ago, but it's new to me. I've never tried it. And I just have to say, from what I've seen, this thing is wild. The brand is called Juicy Marbles. Their marketing is it just scratches an itch for me. Like, I like their vision, I like their aesthetic. It's very raw and elevated, but also like relatable and kind of chill. It's also kind of funny, but also kind of fancy. They have a lot going on and they seem really cool. So I really wanted to try this for a long time now. I think they just came out with some vegan ribs that look really, really good. I want to try those too. Maybe we should start with the steak. Also because that was their older product and that's like the OG. So let's start there. Now, I had mine in my freezer and I already thawed it out. They say you thaw it in the fridge before you try it. Look at this thing. I just love everything about the marketing of this. They seem to be a pretty small company too. I mean, I don't know for sure, but that's the vibe I get. Let me read this. What a time to be alive. I mean, what a kerfuffle. A few greedy a-holes decimated our ecosystem, and now we, the people, have to change our habits to be all responsible and stuff? Do you think we wanted to make this edible insanity? Of course not. We'd rather be frolicking in the savannah, hunting wild avocado toast and watching Die Hard on VHS, just like our ancestors. This is why we, Juicy Marbles, allowed ourselves to create an absurd piece of plant meat. It's big, it's offensive, and it might not save the world, but at least it's delicious. Sorry, that's the best we could do. Bon appetit. That's the open letter from Juicy Marbles to all of us. And honestly, that on its own makes me want to try this. They just seem like they get it. So this is the Juicy Marbles whole cut loin, tender plant-based muscle. Okay, this is unseasoned. We can do whatever we want to it. The protein on this I think is pretty good. It says high in protein, low in saturated fat, high in B12 and iron, high in fiber, non-GMO. I like all of that. Let's look at what it's made of. You would think this would have a ton of ingredients, right? But it really doesn't. It's made of water, soy protein concentrate, sunflower oil, natural flavors. I always wonder what they are though. Contains 2% or less of vegetable juice, carrageenan, methylcellulose, and vitamin B12. Okay, so the carrageenan and the methylcellulose are for structure, how tender it's gonna be, the texture of it all, what that stuff is. That's nothing scary. 8 ingredients is not too bad for the monstrosity like this. Let's get into this, shall we? That's pretty crazy looking. That looks like muscle. That's kind of scary, but for some reason, I don't know why it would be scary if it's vegan, but not scary if it's meat. You know what I mean? It looks pretty crazy. It's pretty tender, but still fairly soft. It's got an interesting texture to it. All right, let's get to work. Let's mix together our spices first. All right, so we've got garlic powder, smoked paprika, some onion powder. I'm adding some lemon pepper in there and some salt. Now we're gonna slice up our filet. All right, let's open this. Kind of scared to open it. Gonna make a mess. Maybe I should open it like this because there's all kinds of juices in there. I know fake meat can be something that's really intimidating to people, and I feel like this particular one is gonna get some seriously mixed reactions. But to me, it's really exciting to see these alternatives, even though this one's a little bit on the pricier side. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Lady, I gotta stop you right there. We meet again. Me in the post-video edit future, thinking to myself, Merle, how did you not talk about how much this thing costs? Because it costs a lot of money, okay? And I think it's remiss to not mention how expensive this is. It's like $55. That's expensive to me. That is something I just think needs to be pointed out, and I was surprised I didn't talk more about it. Anyway, I was just getting frustrated watching myself talk about blah, blah, blah. Look at the presentation, blah, blah, blah. Look at the marketing, blah, 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 blah. Fake meat, blah, blah, blah. And not mentioning the price. So here I am mentioning the price. Sure hope it's worth it. You'll find out soon. I still do think that it's intriguing enough and people want to reduce their carbon footprint and reduce animal suffering enough that they might be willing to try it when it looks this real, because this looks pretty crazy. Either that or it's gonna absolutely freak them out and they're not gonna touch it with a 10-foot pole. I personally don't eat a ton of fake meat or like meat substitutes. If I'm gonna do it, I wanna do one that tastes really, really good. And that doesn't have a ton of different ingredients. That's what I really like about this one.
Only 8 ingredients for something like this is kind of unheard of. Plus you're getting the protein content and some good iron and some B12. I like all of that. And hey, if this thing tastes anywhere near as good as it looks, then we are in business, baby.
I cannot get over how much it smells like meat. This thing is wild. I can't even begin to imagine what it's gonna taste like. I have not had a single little even teaser tester of this yet. So you're gonna get my authentic reaction. Let's see how it does when you cut into it. All right, let's see. Wow. I mean, this is actually crazy. This is blowing my mind. It smells so much like meat. It looks so much like meat. The texture of it is tender like meat. I wanna try it. Let's try it. Let's try it. Let's try it. What is in those natural flavors? Are the natural flavors juices from brisket? This is nuts. This tastes like brisket. This tastes like meat. This has like the meat aftertaste that I don't know how to explain. The texture is damn near perfect. No, this is unbelievable. This is technology at work. This is crazy. There's some sort of sorcery going on here. This is insane. I'll be the first one to be like, okay, it's true. I haven't had meat in a really long time. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm not. The texture is literally meat. This is like the most convincing vegan meat I've ever had. Next to like an Impossible Burger in a cheeseburger. But this is like standing on its own. I mean, this is unbelievable. If I were to splurge and get this again and make like a brisket for other vegan friends, I think it would be too meat-like for a lot of them. Like this would freak people out. I think they'd think I like lost the plot and am like tricking them into eating meat. To the point where I feel crazy. I'm gaslighting myself thinking, does this really taste as much like meat as I think it does, or have I just not had meat in a really long time? If you had fun with me here today, please like and subscribe. I put videos out every week, every Wednesday, and occasionally on Saturday when I'm feeling fresh.
While we're on the topic, let's talk about how you can beef up your website game. And thank the sponsor for today's video, Squarespace. Squarespace is a website platform for creatives and entrepreneurs to stand out and shine online. And it doesn't matter if you're just starting out with your brand or if you're already established. Squarespace makes it super easy to create a website that fits you and your brand, whether it's very put together and fancy or more gritty and raw, like a steak. And not only does Squarespace make it easy to create a beautiful website, they also make it easy for you to engage with your audience and sell anything from products to content to time. Essentially, they make it so literally anyone can create a gorgeous website that feels true to them and their brand. That's rare, like a steak. And now, if you happen to be someone who's like,
I want to make my own vegan meats and sell them to the masses,
Squarespace Payments is the easiest way to manage your payments, all in one place. Onboarding is completely simple and very fast. With just a few clicks, you can start getting your payments right away. And you can also give your customers more ways to pay with payment methods like Klarna, ACH Direct Debit, Apple Pay, Afterpay, and ClearPay. With Squarespace's built-in SEO tools, your audience will find you. Not even just the people that already know you, the ones who are dying to meet you. So stupid. But hey, in an overly saturated market, the stakes are pretty high, so you want them to find you. So what are you waiting for? Check out squarespace.com for a free trial. And then when you're ready to launch, go to www.squarespace.com/MerleO'Neil and you'll save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. You're welcome. So head on over there or click the link in my description and get started today. All right, back to the video.
So yeah, anyway, in the meantime, let me know what videos you'd like to see me make next, what recipes you'd like to see, any other products out there in the market you might be excited about. And in the meantime, I'll catch you on the next one. I hope you're having a wonderful day or night or morning, whatever it is. Ciao for now, and I'll see you soon. Bye.